So this video is going to cover different types of signs. The first type of sign we have is called initialized signs. This means that the sign uses the same hand shape as the letter of the English word. So for example, the word class in the English word starts with the letter C, so our sign is going to use the hand shape of the letter C, signing class. Our next example, family, again, it starts with the letter F, so our hand shape is going to be the F hand shape for family. Water starts with the letter W, and then we sign water with the hand shape W. And language, again, starts with the letter L, so our hand shape is that L hand shape used to produce the sign language. So all of these are examples of initialized signs. Our next type of signs are called iconic signs. This means that a sign has a visual or cultural significance. So for example, the sign for name has a cultural significance because when you sign documents, typically you sign on a paper and you'll see where you're going to sign your signature that there is an X next to the line that you're going to sign your name. So the sign for name, if you look at it, it looks like an X next to where you would sign your signature. Movie has a visual significance because it looks like the projector when you go to the movies. Coca-Cola or Coke. This is the sign for Coke. Back in the day when people would donate blood, they were given a Coca-Cola afterwards. So there is a cultural significance related to that sign. The sign for soda, it looks like you're opening a can of soda. It has a visual significance. And then the sign for car, it looks like a car. So all of these are examples of iconic signs. Our next two types of signs are called symmetrical and asymmetrical signs. So first we have symmetrical signs. These are our two-handed signs that use the same hand shape, the same movement, and they also have the same placement no matter whether they're facing up or down. So a couple of examples of symmetrical signs are teach, sign, and language. So all of these are symmetrical signs because both hands are doing the exact same thing. So now let's talk about asymmetrical signs. This means again that we're using both hands to perform the sign. However, the dominant hand performs the sign or does the movement of the sign, and the non-dominant or weak hand is going to act as a support or the base. That base hand is going to remain stationary. So an example of this asymmetrical sign is learn. Notice that the dominant hand does the movement and the non-dominant hand acts as the base. Learn. Another example is school. Also, within the deaf community, we have noticed a trend where some two-handed symmetrical signs have been dropped to just be produced with one hand. So an example for have is normally produced with two hands. However, it is acceptable to just produce the sign with one hand. Same thing with go to. You can produce it with one hand or both hands. However, you cannot do this with every single sign. For example, the sign itself for sign, you can't just produce this with one hand. So be careful to make sure only some signs can be produced this way. All right, those are your types of signs for today.